Hi, Yola. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Um, what brought you in today?
I don't know. I guess my parents wanted me to come.
Um, but yeah, I could see that your parents want you to come because you kind of broke out. You were having some issues, and you were willing to come. So, um, tell me. I know they want you to come, but you opted to come, so I greatly appreciate that. But tell me what's been going on.
I just haven't been doing too good in school. Um, I usually do better, but I don't know. My grades are just kind of slipping. And I had a boyfriend and we broke up. So that's kind of been hard.
Mm, yeah, that can be a little hard. Um, so tell me more about that. Tell me more about your relationship.
Um, we dated for, I guess, close to a year. And it was really good, I thought. And then he wanted to break up and I didn't. And I think maybe he likes another girl. I don't know.
So how has it been for you, not being in that relationship for the last few weeks?
I It just has me feeling like I don't want to do a lot. I just wish I could stay home and just go to sleep and not have to deal with anything.
So you feel a little down or
Yeah.
depressed.
Yeah.
Um, what have you been doing to feel better?
I don't know really. Maybe watching more TV, taking naps. But I don't know if there's anything I can do to feel better.
You do feel you feel sad because you broke up with him.
Yeah.
Um, if I get you correctly, and lately you've just been feeling you don't want to do anything. You don't want to
No.
get out of bed, and all that.
Or like go to school. Going to school is the hardest because like, he's
I
still
see.
there and people want to talk about it and they say things and I just don't want to deal with any of it.
So from what I understand, you're at the same school,
Mm-hmm.
and how
So,
often do you see each other in school?
um, maybe 4 periods a day plus lunch.
Mm.
So there's only like 3 classes that we don't have together.
Wow, that's a little hard. That's a little hard
It is.
for you to see him every day and not talk to each other. And what are the vibes you get from him? How is he?
Just
One of
really
those.
weird, like a different person. You know, like I'm not trying to be mean or anything. So like I'll try to say like, oh hi, just to not be weird. And just, he won't even like look over or say hi or anything. And then I'll be like talking with his friends and then I get like paranoid because I might hear him like laughing. I'm like, what's he saying?
That's hard.
It is.
So how do you feel when you get paranoid?
Mad.
Yeah, that's hard. So what are you expecting to get from this session? What's your expectation coming to counseling?
I don't know, maybe just figuring out how to get over it. How to feel better about it or less, I don't know, insecure over it.
I'm looking at your chart and I saw that you are a very intelligent girl. You're very smart, and you're also very spiritual. A lot of people likes you. So, how are you going to be able to? How do you think you can tap into that to make yourself feel better? Because you're a very likable person, I could say.
I don't know. I mean, I've been kind of trying, because that's one of my things normally, that I'm into a lot of, you know, my people's traditional ways, and it's just, I don't know, it's like I don't have the heart for it I normally do. I'll try to, you know, do prayers or, you know, smudge my room, maybe that would help, but everything just feels like I'm doing it. Not like there's anything going into it, like I'm just doing,
Like emotion.
yeah.
So before all this situation, how do you feel when you pray? How has that worked for you in the past when you face anything?
It would make me feel like different, stronger, you know, less afraid of anything. Like, I don't know, like I couldn't explain it, just, it would make me feel stronger, like I had people looking out for me, like I had backup and I knew it.
So what will it take for you to tap into that strength again? What will it take for
Honestly, I'm not sure, because I've never quite felt like this. I mean, maybe if I just go through the motions enough, maybe it will click again, but right now there's just, it's like, it's all empty. It almost feels like, you know, I was so sad, and now I just like almost have nothing left. Like it's just,
I really empathize with that. I really empathize with you and what you're going through with that. It's so hard to have a friend that you know you have been doing stuff together, and then that has been affecting everything you do just because you guys broke up.
mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, being able to have that spiritual backup allows you to, you know, tap into that, and it does help you regain strength and focus. So I think maybe I'm thinking, what will it be like if you you know go to sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and all this problem will be gone? How will that feel for you?
I mean, that would feel wonderful, probably. If I just woke up and like none of it had ever happened.
Everything that you've been through in the last few days, or how you feel. Let's say you wake up and a miracle happen tomorrow, and everything that you are feeling right now is gone. You know, you wake up and all your problems are solved. How would you feel, and what would be different for you?
Well, I probably wouldn't dread like, leaving the house and going to school every day. Things would just be back to normal like they were before. I could go to school, I'd enjoy my day. I would still have, you know, my boyfriend to hang out with. We'd still be doing things together after school, like going to get coffee and doing homework together. And just, I'd have him to talk to, and I wouldn't feel so alone, I guess. Yeah, just everything would be normal again.
For someone who really wants to be happy, you love to be happy. And like, when we were just talking, I could see that how important relationship is to you. How is the relationship between you and your parents, your family?
It's good. We get along really well. We don't usually have problems. You know, I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with our relationship. We're pretty close.
And how has that been for you? How supportive has that been for you since you broke up with your boyfriend and you are having these issues?
Well, they've been good. They've been trying their hardest to be supportive and, try to understand. They've told me, we've been there, we know what you're going through, but I mean, it helps to know that, they're there for me, but it still sucks.
So they've been very, very supportive.
They have.
I know we talked about how if we can go back, and not feel depressed, how that will work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you revisit that again? Can you go to that secret place, your spirituality? How can you, is there a way you can connect that together to feel a lot happier?
I mean, I guess there's things I used to do more often that I just don't in general, not just when it comes to that, but it's not, I don't know that I'm forgetting to do things, but I just don't have any willpower or desire to, so I could probably put more effort into, trying to make time to pray more and do those things that I was doing to, like, reflect and get some time alone like that.
Okay, so you could see that if we go back and revisit that, so you can, you want to be able to do everything you used to do
Mm-hmm.
to achieve that. I also saw that you are struggling with science, and is that part of what's going on with you, or it's just
A little bit.
thing?
Science is always hard for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those subjects, and I have to work harder at that one, but I just haven't had the energy to work harder, I guess, so. I should be reading chapters. I'm not reading chapters.
Why do you think you are doing that? What do you think?
I can't really focus on it so good.
So is that with all subjects or just science?
It's with everything, but I already am kind of bad at science, so I think it hurts there more than every other subject.
I don't like science either. I'm not a very big science person when I was growing up, so I try to put in effort, but you know how that is. So so how do you think we can achieve? I want you to be able to go back to the way you feel before all this situation. And I know you mentioned that maybe you could do this, maybe you could do that. How visible is that for you to be able to go back and be able to study, especially like the science thing, to be able to achieve those things that you used to be able to achieve, because you've done this before, and I commended you for it.
First, I would sometimes stay after school and get extra help from the teacher. I could do that, but I haven't really been staying after because him and his friends are usually after school because he plays sports. And so that's just one more, like, chance to run into each other or see him, and I've just been avoiding that.
Okay, so in other words, he stays behind too after
Mhm.
school, and you and he's with his friends, and you're just trying not to bump into them or something.
Yeah, I would just rather not see him, and someone said that there was a new girl hanging out, so I just
Okay,
haven't really wanted to
so
get involved with any of that.
so you think he has a new girlfriend, and you don't want to bump into
Mm-mm.
both of them.
No.
So, is there any other part of the school you can, be to be able to study so that you can achieve what you set out to do with your own goals for school?
I mean, I know about when their practice ends, so I could try to maybe be out of the building before then.
Okay. So what I'm thinking we both can look at is, how do you how would you be able to do your own thing that you need to do, because you really don't want him to scare you out of school.
No.
Exactly. So everyone wants to be able to achieve their own thing. So give me a better some scenario whereby you can be able to achieve what you came to school to do, and still be able to fulfill and not bump into him, if you can.
I mean, I guess the science room's on the opposite end of the building. I could just go out one of those exits and not go out that end of the school. So yeah, I could take an exit I know that they wouldn't be near.
That's a possibility we can explore. And so that will help with school and help with science. And how many hours do you have to stay in school after to catch up with your...
I used to do like maybe an hour after school, twice, 3 times a week, depending on
That's very
if we were having a test or not.
That's really, really good. That will help. So, I know we've talked about your relationship, we've talked about school, we've talked about a lot of things. I want us to also focus a little bit on the depression, because I know you are very depressed. And I'm going to, ask you a few questions on that, and if you can tell me how you feel, and how do you feel, coming in today? How do you feel the depression? How has that been?
I mean, I don't know that. Like, my parents said that depression is what it was. Like, I don't know that I would know. I've never really had anything like this before. But it's not like, I mean, I am, like, I guess sad, but it's not like crying all the time, like, sad, can't stop crying. Like, it's not like that. It's just, I don't know. It's just like,
Remember?
there's kind of no feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I just, things that would normally excite me don't. And I was really, really sad at first, and like I cried a whole bunch and all of that. But once I got to like a certain point, it was like it went away and took every other kind of feeling with it. So it's just kind of, I'm not really excited to do anything. I'm not upset about having to do anything. It just, I just do it to get it over with.
That's what I wanted to refer back to, because I remember you said, I'm very sad, I can't get out of bed in the morning, I don't want to come to school. I lost the motivation to
Yeah,
to do anything.
that's it. Motivation.
Yeah,
I just don't have any motivation to do
to,
it.
to do anything.
No.
Um, and so maybe some of those things that I see, you are feeling is what your parents saw.
Hmm.
So said maybe if you get some counseling, it will be
Yeah.
it will
I
be.
mean, I thought depression is just like when people are sad and crying all the time, though. Like
not,
that.
not always. Sometimes one doesn't cry, but you are feeling heavy inside, which is what you would describe that
Yeah.
you are feeling. So and your parents saw how bubbly and jump up and down. Then all of a sudden you feel really really heavy,
Hmm.
and I think that's part of why they want you to come to counseling. And you
Yeah.
agree too that you
Yeah.
wanted to come to counseling because looking from your chart. So I'm going to ask you some questions, some screening questions, and this is just to gauge where we are. For me to be able to understand more how you feel. So when you come in to the office today, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being 0 to 10, 0 being not so happy and 10 being I feel good.
Okay.
So can you give me a number to let me know how you feel when you walk in to my office today?
Mm, 5?
Okay.
Not really,
Fine.
not happy or unhappy.
Okay. And now, how do you feel in the last few minutes that we have been talking? How do you feel, being able to express everything going on with you?
Maybe like 5.5 or 6. It helped. Talking made it feel a little less on my shoulders.
Okay, so 5.5. Why will it not be 6 or 7? What are the things you think will get us to that? To like 6 or 7?
I don't know, maybe when I start trying to do some of the changes that we talked about, maybe just more time and trying to do things that, are normal to do, maybe that'll start to help. But
And once you say normal to do,
staying after school and
okay,
getting back into
okay,
reaching out to some of my elders and having them help me with spiritual stuff, maybe just doing stuff in general.
I just want to commend you that according to your chart, everybody likes you. You're a very intelligent girl. You know what you want. You are articulate about what you're going through and how to help yourself. I really commend you on that. I think you're a very strong girl, and I know you can do this. You definitely can. Relationships comes and go, so we all know that. You said your parents said the same thing, like relationship
It
comes
drives
and
me
go.
crazy.
I know. I know, and then we're still young too. There's will still be more relationship in life, and but you are, you're trying everything you could. Your spirituality, you said, does help. So, so you beside doing, your schoolwork, your this, your that, what are the other things you think you can incorporate just to even most importantly because you are in the same school. So what are the other things you think you can incorporate whereby it's not going to overwhelm you when you see him in school?
I mean, I guess I can just kind of ignore him too. Try to pretend like he doesn't exist. Just go on about my business.
How would that make you feel?
I mean, probably not as bad as trying to be nice and getting ignored.
So he does ignore you.
Yeah.
Okay. So being able to just do your own thing, come in and just focus on your own studies and all that would be much better for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want us to cover today? That you think you could?
Like, what are some normal ways that people, like, get over depression normally? Or
I see. I mean, I'm not here to advise you. I'm here to work with you to get to what you need to do. But I know that some people, some of my students, what they have been doing, maybe you can look into that, is they try to form other friendship, not with, maybe not with men, it might even be just with themselves, like same gender. And some of them just find other recreation to keep them busy. Some of them study a lot, they love school. They introduce themselves to different skills, like take up different recreation, like sports.
okay.
Or, and they claim it works well for them. It does work for them. So maybe if you want to look into that, they said it has been successful in helping them to.
Like a new hobby.
Mm-hmm.
There are some like language lessons down at the community center that have been interesting to me. So maybe
Wow.
maybe I could look into that.
Well, that would be a good idea. That would be good. Languages are good. I speak about 2 or 3 languages myself, so.
2 or 3. Wow.
So it's a good skill to have, and you just expand your thoughts and a lot of other things. What are the other things you think you can look into?
Well, conditioning season is about to start for softball, so I'll have that to keep me busy.
Okay, turn this off. So do you take softball? You take softball, that's very good. That is very, very good. And do you enjoy that? Do you like it?
Oh, I do. I've played it ever since I was little.
Oh my goodness, that is good. That's a good sport. That's a really good sport. Before we wrap up today, I know we are going to be seeing each other again. But before next week, between now and the next time we meet, I would like you to observe few things, everything you do every day, just to be able to get over all this. Observe those little things you do, and observe your family, observe few things that changes in your life and how that has been different.
Okay.
Those changes, all those things you say you're going to implement, while you start implementing them, I want you to sit down and think through what are the changes that is going on for you
Okay.
in those things, so that we'll be able to take it from there the next time.
Okay.
So, how are you today, Phil? How is your scaling again? How is it now between now and when you came in and now? How did you still feel? What is it?
6.
6? Don't worry, we'll get to 10. Thank you very much, Yola, for coming in, and I hope this has been useful to you. And also, subsequent visit, I think we'll be fine. We'll get there. Thank you
you.
very, very much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You
too.
too. Yeah.